Hello guys, welcome to my channel Untech. This is Sandeep Cole here. Hope you guys are all doing good. So today's video which I am going to take is on in another technology called ServiceNow. So people who are not familiar with ServiceNow, so this is again an IT service management tool, or maybe now it is beyond that. So it is not only IT service management; it has capability to cater multiple sections of an organization. So whether it can be HR, sales, marketing, or any other department. So this service now basically has a platform where you can build or develop applications which can cater which can serve different sections. But yes, they have a basic ITSM application which it's a pre-built application which you can use like we have in BMC Remedy. So today, what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to explain you the basic ServiceNow architecture, and then we will be taking the videos on the actual tool, how ServiceNow functions, how it caters the IT service management, how it works for IT service management. So we'll see all this in the future videos. So now this is what we will see today. We'll see basic introduction of ServiceNow, then different types of cloud based solutions we will see, then architecture of ServiceNow. This is what we are going to explain, or we are going to understand in detail. Then the we'll see the multi-tenancy capability of an ServiceNow. Okay, now coming on to the ServiceNow, what exactly this is. So as you can read also, this is a cloud-based software platform that provides us a capability to build different types of applications. So IT service management is one of the application, which is a pre-built application from ServiceNow, but it has a capability to build multiple applications. So they have a platform called Now, on which you can develop your own custom applications, and you can publish them, and then you can use in your organization. So it's basically a robust platform given to us. Now people who are not familiar with cloud, so cloud is basically something which is hosted over the internet. So an organization has hosted something over the internet on their servers or on their data centers, and then they sell it, or they allow people to access it. So this is ServiceNow is mostly a cloud-based solution which is given to the customers. They have an on-prem solution, but they mostly are most of their customers are on cloud. They are they use the cloud as a mainstream for the application. But yes, there are certain customers who are on on-prem. Now, BMC Remedy, it's a vice versa. BMC Remedy has a more on-prem solutions. They have also got now into the cloud-based solutions through BMC Helix, but they have a more, their core capability is the on-prem solution as of now. But now let's talk about the ServiceNow. So as I said, ServiceNow can help you to cater different problems in organization. It can help you to automate different tasks, create different applications, multiple applications. Again, coming on to cloud, as everything is on internet, ServiceNow has a capability to secure everything, automate it, and provide you a secured environment, and help you in protecting your organization, your data in a secure manner. So that is the ServiceNow for us. So let's move ahead. Okay. Now before we go and discuss ServiceNow architecture, I want to discuss with you what are the different mechanisms or the terminologies which are followed in cloud. So there are three basic terminologies. We have this iPaaS, aPaaS, and SaaS. SaaS, I think most of the guys who are working with cloud-based applications, they would know this. They would know this that SaaS means software as a service. Okay, so that means you have a particular software built, then it will it will be given to the end customers over the cloud. So for example, I have developed an application, an HR application. So I will put this application on my server on the internet, and then I will allow people to access it. So for examples can be Salesforce, then we have this some other technologies or some other applications. So like now most of the applications are moving on to cloud, so through different services like Azure, AWS, you can see the most of the on-prem applications which were there in earlier accessed from on-prem environments, they are they are moving to the cloud, or they have already moved to the cloud. Now, SaaS means software as a service. Now, the aPaaS means application platform as a service. So this is what is ServiceNow. So ServiceNow basically provides both capabilities, where it can provide you aPaaS as a service, or it can provide you software as a service, or it can provide you a platform as a service. So software as a service means it has IT service management, it's an automatically built application, and it can be accessed from cloud. So that means it's an SaaS application. Similarly, ServiceNow provides a now platform, which is again which is again an platform on cloud, and people can access it, and they can develop their own applications, they can develop their own modules, and then they can access them through the from the organizations. So then it also gives us capability to develop multiple application, as well as it also gives us as a software as a service. Now the iPaaS is a something which is like mixture of both. So iPaaS, it allows applications that reside on cloud to be to communicate with applications which are basically on the on-prem. So if an application is allowing you to it is hosted on cloud, but it is allowing you to access the on-prem applications, communicate with them, then it becomes iPaaS service. To some extent, I would say that ServiceNow also can be an iPaaS application, because it's I don't know exactly how the ServiceNow are ServiceNow team is considering their application. But if you see, ServiceNow has a capability to integrate with on-prem application. So then we can say also the ServiceNow is an iPaaS application. So this was basically the different terminologies, different phases, or sorry, not different phases, different ways of putting a software on cloud. Okay, so one is platform on cloud, then other one is software on cloud, then there's a mixture of both iPaaS, where you have software on cloud integrating with or communicating with a software on-prem. Now this is the basic architecture of a service. Now service now is again divided into three components: the front end, the middle layer. The front end is these components, where basically you have something which is interacting with the end customer. It can be a service request application, it can be an HR application, IT, finance, legal, marketing, anything. It can be an application which your enterprise is building for your end customers, and then it is publishing it on cloud. So this is the front end of your application. These applications can be also developed through ServiceNow and then published to the end customers. So this is the place where your customers will come in pictures, who are interacting with your organization. Now there's a middle layer here, where this now platform or application comes. So this particular case is where you develop these applications. You have your platform there, you have your capabilities to develop different applications, whether it's a mobile application, whether it's a web application, or any other application. Then you have your automation rules, you have your business rules, you have your processes, your functions. Everything can be set up here in the ServiceNow application in the middle layer. Okay, then again, this is again part of the ServiceNow platform. Like you can, as I said, you can develop workflows, service catalog, CMDB, knowledge management, then developer tools you have on ServiceNow, then mobile application. So everything is everything what we can see here falls under the tier 2. So what we cannot see here is the third layer, which is the database layer. So database again is a cloud based database. By default, ServiceNow supports MariaDB, but it can support other solutions as well, like Oracle. But mainly it supports MariaDB. It is closely coupled with MariaDB, and it works best for it works best with the MariaDB database. So these are the three layers of your ServiceNow. One is the front end, where you have applications or customer interactions, where customer is interacting with your platform. Then you have the middle layer where every processing happening. You have servers, you have applications, you have business logics, you have workflows, you have your assets, your CIs, and then your all development that falls in the middle layer. Then you have the third layer as the database layer, where the everything is stored. uh, Now you can see here also that this is a instance architecture. We will see this in the next two slides. Then scalability means that it can be scalable. So, and service now, currently if my organization is having a certain certain flow, or now the capability which I am accessing from service now is, for example, I have currently three or four business operations on my service now. Then I need to expand. So then ServiceNow has a capability to expand to the multiple organizations. Then keep a data segregation. Everything is there in that in ServiceNow. Then security and compliance also. ServiceNow is a beautiful tool in managing the security and compliance, because it's the main core part of ServiceNow, as it's a cloud-based solution. So definitely the security and compliance is especially the security is one of the key factors for ServiceNow to remain in the market. Now if I see, this is the extended architecture of ServiceNow. So this is just the same thing which we explain or which we discussed. So this is the user, and where different applications, web modules are interacting with our this platform. And here all the engineering, all the brainstorming, or all the what you call the this is the heart of the whole architecture, where everything collaborates with each other to give you best user experience at the front end. So this is the main layer we have already discussed. Then we have another these are different modules, applications which are interacting with your ServiceNow platform. So you can see ServiceNow can interact with different modules, different platforms. It has capability to to support different functions, different processes, and integrate with different other applications, because we know that currently in the the organizations, they do not have a single they do not have a single line of business. They have multiple businesses. So multiple businesses have their own capabilities, own applications. So ServiceNow can interact with all of them, and then can help the organizations to keep a centralized mechanism for ticketing, for managing the overall operations. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is what we were talking about earlier. So this is a multi-instance architecture. Now what is a multi-instance architecture? So that for example, when the service now will be published, given to the customers, so there will be one instance. For example, this is customer 1 service now, this customer 2, customer 3. So these are three instances of service now. Internally you have different app nodes. So different app nodes work together to give you the best user experience. Then this is this is connected with the database. So for example, now in an organization, you have your organization is a huge organization, and you have segregated businesses across globe, across countries, and then you want to keep or focus on a particular area, and then you can create one instance of ServiceNow which will serve to that particular region. Then similarly you have another instance to serve to the other regions. So it keeps basically the segregation, that the data segregated between different apps. Different countries have different rules. So like if you go to Europe, there are different set of rules. If you go to US, there are different set of rules. So you need to follow those rules. So in certain organizations, you can have such scenario where you have multiple instances. But yes, internally also, if you have a single instance, there also you can keep data segregation. You can keep data integrity in place inside one instance itself. That is also possible in ServiceNow. That means the data you are not supposed to access, you cannot access the data. even if it is a single instance. So this is a multi-instance architecture which ServiceNow supports. ServiceNow also supports high availability. So we call it as advanced high availability. So we know that in today's environment, it's very much important to have the high availability of any application. So ServiceNow has a capability to have the high availability. So they call it advanced high availability. So there are multiple instances. So if one goes down, the other will serve the customer. So similarly, it is like it is managing the load of the organization by having multiple instances internally, but customer will have a single point of contact or single place to connect to ServiceNow. Now, considering the ServiceNow as a as a developer, as an person who wants to grow himself into the ServiceNow, this is just I kept for your understanding that if you want to build your career in ServiceNow, then you have these options to go for. So you can do these certifications from ServiceNow, like application specialist, architect, developer, implementer, and this is the basic one, system administrator. You can start with system administrator, then you can move on to different roles based on which role you want to take, whether you want to go into implementation, you want to go into development, or you want to be an architect, or you want to go in pre-sales. Then there are different set of certifications you have to carry out, or you have to do for yourself if you want to build your career in service. So this is it from my side on the architecture level. If you want to get more details on this, you can go to the ServiceNow learning itself. There you will be able to find out a lot of things, so you will be able to get a lot of information from there. And in going in future, we will be directly taking the knowledge on tool. So we will directly go to the tool and see how ServiceNow tool works, how we create forms, design forms, how we have multiple applications on ServiceNow, what are its capabilities, what we can do with ServiceNow. So we will see this all in our future videos. So this was just a basic understanding of ServiceNow, the architecture, how the ServiceNow architecture is, what is a cloud-based solution, and how it functions in actual scenarios. Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos. Thank you. I would love your feedback on my videos, so that I will improve more on the video and the quality of the information I'm sharing with you guys. Thank you.